Drivers, come September, you're going to be able to legally do 110 kilometers an hour on certain stretches of highways across Ontario. But the legal limit is going to be the same here at Highway 400 and Avenue Road. The provincial government is launching a 2-year pilot program to determine the impact.
Our government believes that increasing speed limits will bring posted limits in line with other jurisdictions and go along with how people currently are driving. The pilot is a first step as a move forward to gather information for a permanent decision.
So here are the stretches of highways that will see an increase in posted limits to 110K. Highway 402 from London to Sarnia, the Queen Elizabeth Way from St. Catharines to Hamilton, Highway 417 from Ottawa-Gloucester to the Ontario-Quebec border. A fourth stretch of highway up north will also be announced shortly. Now, speed limits used to be 113 kilometers an hour or 70 miles an hour, but they were lowered in 1975 due to the oil crisis. The transportation minister says increasing the speed limit to 110 should reduce traffic flow and help traffic flow, actually. And he says drivers are pretty much doing 110 anyways.
You know, I think it's going to help with traffic flow if the maximum is raised to 110. I think it's also, in the same time, putting us in line with other jurisdictions. We have Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia are already at 110. It's basically the speed limit is being raised in this point to where we're already driving. So we're just, meeting what at least 85% of the road users are driving at right now.
British Columbia increased its limit to 120 kilometers an hour in some areas back in 2014, but rolled that back to 110K on many stretches 3 years later, after a study found fatal crashes more than doubled. The Ontario government says it will hold public consultations and monitor changes in average speed volumes to determine the impact of increasing the speed limit. Now, the NDP notes that the provincial government is actually cutting $43 million from the OPP's field and safety services and points out that on the one hand, they're increasing the traffic speed limit, and on the other hand, they're reducing safety enforcement.